Okay, so what exactly are we looking at right here? This is a Kramer from the 80s. That's going to be during the company's heyday. So many variants, so many different Kramers existed on the market during that decade that by the early 90s, it was so saturated with Kramers that pretty much everybody who wanted one had one. The people who couldn't afford one but still wanted to have a Kramer, whether it be the name or the playability, they had an overseas model made just for them, And so, people who weren't even guitar aficionados essentially had Kramers just even as their starter electric guitar, and so it exceeded that niche and again too saturated at that point. This was in fact my first electric guitar right here. It was passed down to me by my cousin, National Battle of Bands winner, and he does like jazz funk kind of stuff, so it didn't really suit his needs anymore. Now I just want to point out it's very rusty, dusty, because again this thing hasn't been touched in nearly a decade plus, minus 2, 3, 4 occasions, most of which were for practice sake. The string broke off here. I don't know, I'm not really a Floyd Rose person. You see little lockers up top, they're gone. I gotta restore this guitar fully, so I want to show you kind of a before and after. And so with that said though, let's see what this guitar is about though. First thing you'll notice is a Strat style body with a little contour on the side. Originally Kramers were very Strat-like, and not just body type either. The headstock, the appearance of that was pretty much dead on with the little rounded sculpted part up top. This guitar has 2 volume pots, tone knob, 5-way pickup selector, 2 single coils for the neck and middle positions, Duncan design, single coils that is. And for the humbucker, I haven't fully determined whether or not that's like an invader or something. It's high gain, crazy sustain. Again, another rhyme for you. And there's a Floyd Rose 2 on here. Rosewood fretboard, and the headstock is really dirty. And so it has a pointy kind of hockey stick looking headstock here, and that helps you determine what kind of Kramer you have, because there are so many different models out there, and the info was so inconsistent and short-lived that what you thought you had 2 years ago is probably not the same guitar now, in the sense that you have so much more information about it that what you thought was a Pacer could be a Pacer Deluxe, etc. And so I'm going to post a link detailing all the different types of Kramers. Maybe not every one per se, but this site is very helpful for people to identify what they have, because again, I thought that this was strictly a guitar made in the US. Very easy to believe, however, that this is the case, because you'll see it say Kramer, Neptune, New Jersey, USA, and even with the indication being that it says SE, you can go online and research it, you still don't end up with all the answers. It wasn't until I found a little bit of information suggesting that if it says a Floyd Rose 2 with a tremolo, it's not American. Does that mean it's bad? Not at all. In fact, they have the new Gibson reissues out there for famous Kramer models, and they're nice, but in my opinion these are nicer even if it's an overseas model. I wouldn't consider these a budget guitar, even though they're made to be budget friendly at the time, compared to the strict USA models. So you got a very slim neck, and I don't know if that's a burn or somebody tried using nail polish or whatnot. I haven't been able to decipher that, but at the end of the day, if you have a Kramer, rejoice. It's a great guitar, and once I get this completely covered, I will be posting a video running it through a few amps. Most of my gear is about 1,200 plus miles away from work.